took a hit. Maybe it was recent. Maybe it is still fresh enough that the word setback feels too small for what it actually was. A failure that cost you something real. A loss that rearranged your life in ways you are still trying to make sense of. A door that closed so hard it shook the walls. A plan that fell apart after you had already invested everything you had in it. Or maybe it was quieter than that. Not a single dramatic blow, but the slow, grinding accumulation of setbacks that left you tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix. Whatever it was, wherever you are in the process of living through it or recovering from it, I need you to hear something today that I mean with every part of me. This is not the end of your story. This is the part just before the turn. Welcome to Motivation Daily. This is March 24th, and today we are talking about the comeback, what it is, what it requires, and why it is always, without exception, more powerful than the thing that knocked you down. Let me tell you something about setbacks that the experience of them makes it almost impossible to see in the moment. They are not just obstacles. They are editors. They cut away the parts of your path that were not serving you, the false starts, the wrong directions, the comfortable detours you would have stayed on forever if something hadn't forced you off. They strip things back to what is real, to what you actually want, what you actually believe in, what you are actually made of when everything else is gone. That is a brutal gift, but it is a gift. Think about every comeback story you have ever been moved by, in sport, in business, in someone's personal life. What makes those stories extraordinary is never the falling. Everyone falls. The falling is the ordinary part of being human and being alive. What makes those stories extraordinary is the getting back up, and specifically, the quality of who the person was when they got back up. More focused, more clear, more certain about what matters and less willing to waste time on what doesn't. The setback had done something to them that success never could have. It had stripped away everything soft and left something essential, something undeniable. That process is available to you right now, in the middle of whatever you are recovering from. Not after it is fully resolved, not once the wound is healed, not when you can look back on it with the comfortable distance of time. Right now, in the middle of it, you can begin choosing who you are going to be on the other side. Because here's the thing about comebacks that most people don't understand. They are not things that happen to you. They are decisions you make. The comeback does not begin when circumstances improve. It begins the moment you decide, really decide with the full weight of intention behind it, that you are not done. That what happened to you does not define the rest of your story. That the narrative of your life does not end at the chapter where things fell apart. That decision can be made right now, in whatever condition you are currently in, with whatever resources you currently have, with however much pain is still present and however much uncertainty still surrounds you. The decision to come back is not dependent on any of those conditions being resolved first. It precedes them. It is the thing that resolves them.
I also want to say something to the person who is not in the middle of a fresh setback, but who has been carrying an old one, the one from years ago that you never fully recovered from, the failure or the loss or the betrayal that you quietly built a smaller life around, not because you gave up consciously, but because the pain of trying again felt like more than you were willing to risk. The one that taught you, in a way that has been hard to argue with ever since, that wanting things is dangerous because wanting things means they can be taken away. I see that, and I want to say this as directly as I know how. The protection is not worth the cost. Building a smaller life to avoid the risk of loss is itself a loss, a slow, quiet, daily one that compounds in ways the original setback never could have. The comeback from that old wound is still available to you. It does not have a statute of limitations. The door back to the fuller version of your life does not close simply because time passed. It is open right now. So what does a comeback actually require? Not a perfect plan, not ideal circumstances, not the complete absence of fear or doubt or the memory of how it felt the last time things didn't work out. It requires one thing, the decision to take one step forward anyway. Not a leap, not a full recovery, one step in the direction of the life you want, taken in the presence of every reason not to. That step is the comeback beginning. That step is the loudest thing you will ever do. The setback was loud when it happened. It shook things. People noticed. Maybe you noticed in the way that changes you. But the comeback, the quiet, stubborn, day-by-day refusal to let it be the final word, that is louder. It is always louder. It is time. Come back. If you know someone who is in the middle of a setback right now, share this with them today. Let them know the comeback is still available. Subscribe to Motivation Daily. We're here every single day for the people who refuse to let the setback be the last word. Drop a comment and tell me about a comeback you made that you were proud of. Your story might be the one that gets someone else back on their feet. See you tomorrow. Keep going.